midlife woman. And right now you're in a state of wondering if you might be in that midlife crisis place, right? You are checking boxes, you've been successful, you've done the things, maybe you've had a career or raised a family or done all of that. And you've gotten to a space and you thought, is this it? Is this all there is that's left for me? I went and did so many pieces of my life and journey, maybe for other people. And now you feel like it's time to have something for yourself. And if this is you, then hi, my name is Jen. I am the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness, transformational purpose coach and expert. And what I do is work with women just like you. And I was you at 40 when I left my private psychotherapy practice. So I know what it's like to be in a state of feeling like you knew where you were going, what your purpose was, how you were going to be successful, and what kind of legacy you were going to leave, only to get to a place in your life and you thought, something's wrong here. Something is not working for me anymore. And I have to figure out what the hell is happening here. So what I do is work with women to help them get really clear about where they've been, where they want to go, and how they're going to get there. And we work together using my foundational time in psychotherapy. I've been a psychotherapist for over 20 years. So I take and utilize that as a foundation, and I add in my favorite healing certifications and things like Reiki and meditation and yoga, just to name a few, to really kind of elevate your experience. So you're getting a whole cross of modalities all combined together in sort of like a choose your own adventure style 5-part journey to help you really come out of that space of feeling stuck and rise up into being really clear once again about how you're going to be successful, how you're going to live in your purpose, and how you're going to create legacy. And sometimes, my friends, midlife can feel like a shit sandwich. It can feel like there's layers and layers and layers of stuff that are over us and kind of covering up the places that we want to reach to really know where we're going. So it's why I focus some time and energy in that space to help you sort of get in touch with parts of this journey, this season of life, to help us sort of begin to connect again with ourselves and where we want to go. So today we're going to be talking about honor. This month we're talking about honor, and I always create an acrostic for us. If you're new here, this is what I do, a kind of nerdy thing. And this month, honor stands for holding space for ourselves by noticing and creating our story with recognition and gratitude. Yes, I just read that because it is a mouthful. One more time. Holding space for ourselves by noticing and creating our story with recognition and gratitude. Today, honor your story. So there's going to be a couple other videos coming after this one. And I started here because what I realized was, as I thought about gratitude, I just came out of a period of time of teaching about manifesting abundance. And one of the things we're really good at when it comes to gratitude is gratitude for others and our situation, our health, all, which is so important. So I want you to hear me very clearly say at the very beginning of this journey, I'm not negating having a beautiful gratitude practice for all the things. It is so important. An area that women commonly completely miss is themselves. And so I would ask you at the very start of this chat today, how often do you sit down and when you gratitude journal, you put your own story or your own greatness into that bucket? I'm going to tell you, when I had this idea, I realized I never do it. And so I'm like, I'm willing to bet there's a whole bunch of us out there that never actually tap into this piece of who we are. Now, why your story? And how does it work? So there's 3 pieces that I want you to kind of pay attention to. 1, I want you to pay attention to where have you already been defined in your life as a woman. So very much in the middle life, we're kind of starting to look back and reflect. Very often, we're kind of reawakening. We're sort of revolutionizing who we are, where we are. If we're really lucky, we're going to take time to plant a stake in this, right? Like it's on the top of the mountain, we're going to plant a stake. I'm going to say, now I'm going to be this, and I want to do these things, and this is what I'm passionate about. I'm going to bring my fire for those things. So before we do that, what I encourage you to do is go back in time, take a look at where you may have been defined as a woman by things like cultural conditioning, family, and then yourself. Because there's every likelihood that as you reflect, what you will find is that yes, there's conditioning in things like our culture, like perhaps we grew up in a spiritual community and there was all sorts of rules and guidelines for how we were supposed to behave as a woman. Perhaps you grew up in a certain part of the country that has firm beliefs about women. It could be a million things, right? The things we see on TV, the things we see in the movies, what we read in books, So what we're taking away from that is a part of that conditioning. We want to take a look at that. What lessons and stories did I take about who I am supposed to be, who I should be from culture? Same for family. Very often, our family members, unknowingly, unbeknownst to them, they don't even realize how much information we're taking in by how they live their lives and the messages that they give us. So we might have had firm ideas about how we dressed, what we said, what was ladylike, right? I mean, I could sit and list and list and list, and I'm sure that you get the drift. So we just know that there's all these layers of stuff that we come into contact with that begin to really form our belief system about who we are and what we stand for. That last piece is you. What part of your own story, then, what part of conclusions did you create connected to that conditioning that you just bought as a truth, right? As a fact. You know, nice women, blank, blank, blank. Spiritual women, blank, blank, blank. Responsible women, business women. I mean, I can sit and list, right? So firm ideas like women who are assertive are bitchy. Have you ever heard that one in culture? Right? Women who want to be successful are just climbers and gold diggers and whatever. They can't possibly have spirituality and deep ethical sense, right? It's like we get separated, right? Our people, our person gets so separated by how we experience all this stuff. So I want you to go in. I want you to first just kind of give yourself a chance to really touch into that. Like, what did I come into contact with? What lessons did I have? Then I want you to really begin to define pivotal moments in your life. So I go back through your story and I want you to define for yourself, where did you break the rules? Where did you say, that doesn't work for me? That shit's not for me. And when did you do something completely oppositional to what you had been told or taught was how women were supposed to be or how you were supposed to be? Those are brilliant spaces that you want to start really tapping into. Okay, so I'm going to go back, find those pivotal times. 3, tell your story now from that rebel position. How did I show up and I bucked the system? Maybe it was that I was told that I was supposed to be soft and quiet. And instead, that one time in the boardroom, I was standing there and I finally found my voice and I just spoke the very truth I've been writing around with me that I wanted to say for 3 weeks. And I just thought, forget it. I'm so done with this. I'm going to say what I need. That's what we're looking for. And that's a very different story than if I met you randomly at a party. And I want you to think about this. If I met you randomly at a party, I said, tell me your story. And probably you would kind of think for a minute, you go back, you'd be like, well, I was born here and I was raised like this and I've maybe got this kind of family, and you would do that totally normal. I want you to revolutionize your fucking story. I want you to start from scratch. I want you to go back. I want you to see the places in your life where you have shown. There are places where you have come into your world, into your life, and you have done magical things you probably literally have dismissed. Where have you been brave? Where have you had a voice? Where have you said no? Where have you said yes, even when you were scared? I want you to go back and find the places that you shine. That is really the places where it's going to start to develop a different kind of story that honors who you are. And then, in accustomed to this whole idea, I want you to kind of attach this idea. Then what I want you to do is, for a gratitude challenge, for an honor challenge, I'm going to change the word a little bit for this month. We're going to call it honor. And what I would love to see you do is every single day at the end of your day, sit down 2 minutes and say, where did I shine today? What did I do that was good? I know I'm going to make you uncomfortable. I know just listening to this and thinking about saying something great about yourself can be really deeply uncomfortable for women. We're going to continue to dive into this. I promise there's going to be lots of content coming. So just trust me. I know that this can be tough to lean into, but I want you to practice. Now, mind you, that's in a journal. No one ever has to see it. It can be just for you. But the practice of beginning to really dive deep and have deep respect and regard for your story, honoring exactly who you are and the magic that you bring, is pivotal in having a deep sense of self, in defining who you are, what you stand for, and where you want to go in your life for your legacy that connects to purpose. So there's all kinds of really beautiful underlying threads that are going to bring you full circle, and it's going to become really powerful for you, because when you can honor yourself, you actually create space to honor and have gratitude for everything around you in a different way, in a beautifully more expansive way. And that's really what I want for you. So to close today, I invite you, if this was helpful, you feel like, okay, I'm going to go work on this, Jen, I want to do this, and you want to lean and you want to do a little bit more, I invite you to head over to my website at laughinglotuswellness.com. And what you can do is go right in there, and I've got purpose tools. feel free to go peruse all the things I have in there, because all of my videos are housed right there. So you can go and just binge and pick into the different material that you might want to learn more about. It's all sitting right there for you. Again, that's laughinglotuswellness.com. So my friends, blessings, love, and light. This is Jen signing off, supporting you on the rise, the path to your purpose in midlife, creating a more expansive you as you honor who you are and where you shine in the world. And we will see you next time.